So today I'm going to be telling you guys 10 things that 2K needs to fix for next year's game. Now we all know this game is terrible and there's more than 10 things that they need to fix, but I'm only going to do 10 for now. So make sure you guys like this video and comment any of the things that you need 2K to fix. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is shooting with no meter. When we take a jump shot with no meter, it's okay because we could time it, but when it comes to free throws, they're almost impossible to time. This causes players who shoot with no meter to always shoot early and late releases on free throws. 2K should give us an option where we can have the meter off for jump shots but on for free throws. That way it gives us a proper chance to time our free throws properly. So the next one we have is missing open layups. This one is pretty self-explanatory. All 2K really needs to do is make it so that open layups go in. I want you guys to keep in mind that these are NBA players and they should have no reason to really miss any layups. Another way they could stop this from happening is nerfing Intimidator. There have been way too many times where somebody has an open layup but they miss because somebody who is far away from them jumps and gets a contest because they have Intimidator. These are wide open layups and there is no reason they should be missing. And the next thing we have is post hooks. Now post hooks are probably the worst thing that's happened to Nba2k20. This is probably the most unrealistic thing that 2K has done this year. It really doesn't matter what height or size you are, but if you get deep enough into the paint, you could take a hook and it'll definitely go in. I had times where I was completely locking teams up and they had like 7 or less seconds left. They would go in with their point guard and they would take a hook shot. There were times where I even put my Galaxy Opal Taco Fall on the other team's point guard, but that point guard would still get post hooks over me. This needs to simply just be fixed because it's the stupidest thing 2K has ever done and it's just really unrealistic. So now the next thing that 2K needs to do is make it impossible for anybody to win games with a 5-man team. This has been a problem that's been going on for a very long time for many 2Ks. People use their best 5 players and they fill the rest of the team out with bronze cards. Everyone has to do this now because if they don't, it's impossible to win because you always play a team that's better than you. 2K needs to make their game more realistic and make it so that it's impossible to run a 5-man team. If their 5 men run way too long, 2K needs to start dropping their attributes drastically and make them useless so that everyone has no choice but to use the bench. This makes the game way more fun and way more realistic, and it can also fix matchup problems. The next thing we're going to talk about is position locks. Position locks were really good at the beginning of the year because they made things fair. But later in the year, 2K started to drop cards at point guard when in real life, the players didn't even play point guard. The first card like this was Luka Doncic. They dropped a Luka Doncic at point guard and anybody who had this card had the biggest advantage. Every team that played against Luka Doncic had a big mismatch because their point guards were usually 6'3" to 6'4", whereas Luka is like 6'8". My thing is, if you're going to drop cards who don't fit their traditional positions, get rid of position locks altogether. It makes it easier for everyone and it makes it fair. Now the next problem is early and late free throws and jump shots going in. This is one of the most annoying things that can happen on 2K. There will be times where players have no clue how to time a jump shot or a free throw, but they still make that jump shot because 2K bails them out. They need to drastically drop the amount of times that early and lates go in because right now it's just way too much. I'm pretty sure everyone could agree on this and this pisses off everybody every single day. The next problem I need to talk about is Galaxy Opal cards. Some bench warmers in the league like Isaac Bonga and Taco Fall have Galaxy Opal cards, but when we get to some of the superstars in the league like Kawhi Leonard and Damian Lillard, they don't have any Opals. This is honestly one of the dumbest things that 2K has done because it makes no sense. Kawhi Leonard is way better than Taco Fall in real life, so why is it that Taco Fall has a Galaxy Opal card but Kawhi Leonard doesn't? They need to start dropping Galaxy Opal cards for people who actually deserve it and not bench warmers. The next thing that needs to be fixed is the matchmaking in my team. There are times where I'm playing with an 84 to 85 overall team and I'm just matching up with 88 to 90 overall teams. I'll have a team full of ruby and amethyst cards, but I'll match up with somebody who has 3 to 4 Galaxy Opals. This is completely unfair and it really needs to be fixed. If I have an 84 overall team, I should only be matching up with teams who are 1 overall higher than me or 1 overall lower than me. This makes the game much more fun and the better player will always win. Most of the time, I'll be in my 10-0 game with a full ruby team and then I'll just match up with a guy who has 3 to 4 Galaxy Opals, and even though he's trash, he will still win because his team is simply better than mine. This needs to change for next year to make the game better and to make sure that the better player is always winning. The next thing that needs to be fixed is this triple threat online drop or board, whatever you guys call it. This is one of the worst things in 2K and is completely unacceptable. There are times where I am stuck doing this ball drop for longer than I'm played my triple threat online game. They need to make it so that I get my prize instantly instead of having to wait 10 minutes for one. In the amount of time that I have to wait on some of these boards, I could have already just played another game. It makes it really slow and it's just frustrating. 2K needs to fix this ASAP. The final thing that needs to be fixed on this game is the play now matchups. In play now, you should be able to match up first and then pick your teams instead of picking a team and then matching up with somebody. Since we pick our teams first and then match up, there is always a chance that you have to match up against the same team. There have been too many times where I've played against the same team and it's just annoying. I wouldn't want Giannis to be guarding Giannis every time or Brook Lopez to be guarding Brook Lopez. Also, there are times where you want to have fun and times where you want to be competitive and win. If I could see that my opponent is picking a really good and try-hard team, I will do the same. But if he's trying to have fun, then I will pick a fun team as well, just like him. This makes it way more fun and way more efficient. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.